Hey y'all, I am gonna make a junk journal. Like, I'm here for it. And if you've never seen my face, if you've only seen my hands, it's my face. So I do a lot of sewing when I make my junk journals, like sewing on the pages, and then I'll like hand stitch the signature together. Well, the sun just went behind a cloud. Sorry if the lighting changed. I don't have my ring light down here right now. It is just me and the window. So what prompted this journal is I was cleaning my stuff out and I found this like shiny diamond paper that I have loved. I've had it for years. And then I found this shiny ladybug paper, and for some reason I'm obsessed with this diamond paper as well. So I'm like, you know what, I'm making a blue journal. That's what's happening. And it all works out because then I also found, sorry, I have the pages kind of laid out, so I'm trying to kind of keep them all in order. Is this the one? I also found, oh my god, I have no idea where I got this, but it's Georgia State paper. I don't know where I got it or how I got it, but a small alma mater, so I had to add that in there as well. Some of these pages are not going to be sewn and some of them are, so this takes me a little bit of time, so I just wanted to kind of do a few pages with you guys, and then I can show you the final product once I get her done. I also found, in cleaning out my stuff, I found this like a magazine from Georgia State when they had first started their, like, the inaugural game of the football team, which started in 2010. So that was kind of cool to find. And then I also found these Texas Bluebonnet stickers. I am from Texas, so that kind of prompted, you know, the whole blue theme. So I've got some other like scraps and pieces that might get sewn onto the pages. Most of the stuff will get stuck in pockets, but I do have a few things that can be added. Maybe just kidding. Just these two left. Okay, that's fine. The rest of the stuff will get shoved in there. Okay, so I'm gonna move this over, and I will keep this kind of here to keep it in mind. Oh my gosh, I'll have a hair down my shirt. Okay, so yeah, let's just start it off. So the first page, the cover is gonna be, if I can pick it up, it's gonna be this old Pachaco notebook cover. I'm dropping it. I had like my some college notes in here. That's how old this is. It's fine. I thought he's so cute. Like, he's just precious. So that's gonna be my cover for the journal. So starting off, I do have the blue diamond paper, and then I'm just gonna sew the shiny ladybugs in and make pockets this way. And yeah, so we're just gonna get her going. I said this before, if you've watched my other like sewing videos, you want to have your stitch very wide. If you're sewing paper, you want to have the stitch very wide, otherwise it's just gonna tear like a very long line through your paper. And then I've got the tension on medium. I don't know, I'll figure that out. And I can use, so like I've used straight stitches and like zigzag stitches on here. It's kind of whatever your preference. I don't do any of the fancy stitching because I feel like that would really tear up the paper. So yeah, so let's just get her going. And I leave my strings hanging. I'm very informal with my sewing of my pages. So we'll see how this slick paper does here. And then, so I just sew until I get kind of close to the edge, and then I will hand turn it. I don't want to run off the paper because I'm gonna leave the needle stuck in here. Pull the foot up and turn the page so we can sew the bottom. And then I don't go all the way across. cool. I don't have scissors. Hold on. Okay. So here is kind of how that turned out right here, and that's the back. The stitching is going to show on the back. It just gives it like a little mess. So I don't go across the page. I used to, but I figured out if I go across all the way across, it kind of makes it hard to close. This way, if I do two separate lines of stitching, then it closes better, and it doesn't make like a hump or a bump or a bubble or whatever we want to call it. So I typically, every now and then I'll get a heavy foot, but I typically try to sew a little slower than I just did. There we go. Let's get it. All right. I'll just pull this, snip it up. And so now when this one is folded in the book, I've got two pockets to stick all the fun things in. So easy peasy. These are, I haven't even figured out an order for the pages, so I'm just like sewing the pages together right now. I have this card, so cute. It's a little thank you card with the little owls on it. So cute. So I'm gonna sew this pocket in. I'm only gonna sew like the top because it gets really thick here where the pocket is. So yeah, so I'm just gonna sew the top and leave it flapping. I don't know, I'll probably put some sticky tabs down here or something, but I'm just gonna put a stitch across the top. Now when it goes through thicker stuff, so I've got the card and this cardstock, when the sewing machine goes through thicker stuff, it'll kind of be like bom, 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 bom. Fear not. It'll be okay. All right. One thing I don't use a whole lot of is fabric or lace or ribbon. I feel like my journals are not, I am gonna actually make a vintage one. I found some old black and white photos of my grandparents. So I'm gonna make a vintage one. So I might be tempted to like use some fabric in that one, or some lace, because I have some vintage lace that was my grandmother's too, so I think that'd be kind of cool to put in there. But we shall see. Oh Lord. All right, what have I chosen to do here? I put these pages together like days ago, and now I have to remember what I was gonna do with them. Okay, so I have the envelope that goes with that card I just did, and then I have a security envelope. I love these because the window, like you can stick stuff in here, and the windows are so cute. So I think with this one I was gonna sew it. I'm gonna sew it like this, so you could. I'm sorry, you can't see that. Sew it here so you can see the blue through there, and then I'll probably use a paper clip or something to kind of clip that open so you can see it through there. But let's see, I'm probably only gonna sew the side and the bottom, and that way I'll leave this pretty open, so I could stick something big in there and have it stick out the top as well. So I did cut this to match the size perfectly, so we are gonna have to hope and pray we can keep it lined up. It's fine. Again, this is more of an art than a science for me. That's one reason I like making these, is because they don't have to be perfect, and they're just kind of fun, and like there's no pressure. There's no pressure really to make it nice or make it perfect, because I'm like, you know, we're leaving strings dangling anyway, so like, you know, just make it fun. Make it fun. Right. One more. Okay. So here we go. So I've got this pocket in here now, and since I didn't sew the top, I could actually tuck something in back as well. Super psyched about that. Now I got to figure out. I think that I was just gonna sew this like so, and just like sew around the bottom here and have that. Another option would be to sew the flap of the envelope down, and so then you could have that and you could flip it open, which actually sounds like a pretty good idea to me. So let's do that. Let's see if we can make that happen. Perhaps. The envelope is just too cute, like, to not see both sides of it, I think. In my humble opinion. All right, so we are going to not mess this up, in theory. Okay, let's do this. Hold up, wait a minute. You know what I'm gonna do? This is what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna sew this one side, so then I can tuck stuff underneath. It's fantastic. There's always a little bit of, wow, I'm going slow. Okay, there's always a little bit of, oh my god. Creativity and like thought and like random changes of plans when you're making stuff, because you might figure out something's not gonna work, or you might figure out something different you want to do with it in some way better, that you like better, right? So now I have this, the envelope opens, I can put stuff in there and I can tuck stuff behind it. Oh my god, I'm so excited. That's so cute. It's so cute. All right, we'll do one more page. Because I don't know that I have a whole lot else to super sew. So I have this Lucky Brand card. I'll just kind of show you some of the options, and then I was just gonna sew that in to make a pocket. I've got this doily that's just gonna be like a tuck spot. And then, oh yeah, I got this bag. Look how cute this bag is. From something that I ordered, one might assume it was Etsy. Anyway, my Addie, I want to use the bag, so I cut the bottom of it, in theory. Anyway, I cut the bottom to make a pocket here, and then that's the top. I cut the top, and then I cut the bottom as well. But so the address label is on the back, so I think I'm just gonna sew this one like bottom and top, so I can just tuck all the things in there. All the things. And then I've just got this other white doily that I just folded, and I'm just gonna, it's gonna be like, not a page because you can't really attach anything to it, but just something kind of decorative in there. And then, so here, yeah, here's the Georgia State paper. It was a 12 by 12 piece, so I just cut it down to size here, and then this is a little flappy, so you can see state. And then I'm just gonna sew a magazine page on the back. That's that one. Here is a security envelope. I'm just gonna put it in there as a page like this. And then I might sew the flap, so you could tuck stuff under, we shall see. And then I just have these like gray pages. These are like things that they like, if you buy something breakable, like they wrap your stuff in it. I like the crinkles. And then I have a note from Ashley, and then this collage page that she sent me. So that's going in there. Oh, this is actually some paper that was in the notebook cover. So yeah, so I got a couple sheets of that to go in, just more like plain magazine pages with a lot of blue in them. And then this workbook that my aunt gave me. She's from Taiwan, and she got these for her son to work in, and so she gave me a couple of the little workbooks that Joey didn't finish, so that's gonna go in there too because it's so cute. So okay, so let me sew one more page. We'll just talk it through, and then when I'm finished and maybe have put some stuff in the journal, I think I'm gonna do like a kind of a me journal, because it's some of my favorite papers and like the whole state thing. So once I kind of put some stuff in there, then I'll do like another video to flip through. But I just like to kind of share my sewing process because I love it. Okay, so this one I just have, this is actually some of this paper from the Georgia State page. piece of paper. So I'm just gonna, I have folded it around. We're gonna sew it and make us some little tuck spots. 2 little tuck spots. Typically, if you put something thick enough in there, that's what she said, it'll stay. It'll stay tucked in the tuck spot, but you gotta kind of be careful. Like I couldn't put something like a thin piece of paper in there and have it stay unless I clipped it. There's lots of things you can do. So sometimes I will like sew the bottom of these tuck spots as well to kind of give it like something to sit in, and then sometimes I'm just like, I like it this way. I like it this way. Okay. Squip, squip. All right, so that's that, and then that's that side, and then so the back of this paper actually has that logo, like UPC code or whatever that is, and so I've got this little owl. I love this paper, and so I'm just gonna sew him on there. Because this paper's thin and this paper's pretty thin, I am gonna sew all the way around it. If I can line it up. It was like the perfect height too. It was kind of crazy. It came from, obviously it came from a notebook. Like I have this notebook that there's just various and sundry papers in it, like styles and edges and all this jazz, and like just perfectly. All right, so we are just gonna run this through here. Not run off the paper. That's okay. Don't run off the paper. All right, and then run it down this edge. Yeah, okay, and then boom. All right, we're gonna get this last little edge, and I'll show you the pocket. Oh yeah. Whoop. All right. Sometimes I get a little wild. Ah. So yeah, so that's this. I got a full-on pocket situation right there. So, all right, I'm gonna finish up the rest of these, and that'll be a wrap for this video too. And then I'll show you, like after I work on it, we'll do a little flip through, and it'll be so much fun. All right, thanks so much for watching. I hope you'll have a wonderful day.